Face came to us as a brand. They do everything from deodorant to shower gel. They'd launched a campaign on TV about a year before, and it did an okay job, but it was a really short burst because their budgets aren't huge, especially in that kind of category. So the challenge to us was, how do we make, well, one, our budget work harder, and two, deliver that bit more longevity to a campaign. So we looked obviously back into the data with the team at Skyrise and proposed a campaign of delivering proximity out of home, YouTube, digital display and mobile to build frequency, still giving that brand fame that they were looking for from their sort of previous TV campaign, with the out of home and with YouTube going across larger screens as well, all geo-targeted around the relevant stores that they had promotions in across the UK. What we also did is run what was previously IRI and Sakana data to show where they were underselling versus their competitors in those stores. So essentially looked at where we could potentially gain a greater market share in those stores, and just focused an additional proportion of the media budget there. We delivered a 13% increase in sales. Looking at that A/B sort of controlled versus exposed area, we managed to sort of really ring fence a lot of their media. Because we were delivering it all, we were able to make sure that that control area was a proper control base. That's quite a challenge when you're dealing with brands where they've got different teams delivering different budgets across different areas, but working really closely with the Rockface team, we were able to really make sure that that A/B test was as controlled as possible, and we saw that from the effectiveness of how we bought and delivered the media programmatically through Skyrise, and then you've seen that in the results translated through to that 13% uplift was fantastic.
One thing that you mentioned on that, which is a really important one, is longevity of campaign, because if you go on an out-of-home campaign, you go to that world and you'll say, how long should I run for? And the answer will be 2 weeks or 4 weeks or 6 weeks, for no reason other than that's the way it's always been. Whereas obviously coming from our route, it's a case of, well, we're just following your audience. We need to understand, where are they, how many of them are they, how long will your budget stretch for? And by breaking away from the way it's traditionally done, you know, the packages, the minimum spends, all these things that brands just don't understand but are held to, by being able to break that apart by approaching it from a digital perspective and with the data to back it up, we just see, like, you know, out-of-home spots that previously are completely inaccessible to brands due to budget or stature or whatever it may be, particularly challenger brands. They're now accessible, and they don't need to commit, you know, their whole business on the back of a minimum spend. They can just focus on the audience, they can just focus on the effectiveness they're driving, and it will run significantly further than their budget would have allowed previously.